So when Katie
Absolutely.
says anti-inflammatory and we say fiber, 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 they're green foods. It naturally has chlorophyll, and chlorophyll is, through research, a blood purifier. So think about the benefits of these greens.
Welcome to the Clear Skin Chronicles, the podcast that takes you on a journey to uncover the secrets of achieving glowing, acne-free skin. We believe that knowledge is power, and by understanding the root causes of acne, we can create a solid foundation for long-lasting clear skin. I'm Katie Stewart, registered holistic nutritionist and founder of the Clear Skin Solution, where we help women just like you get to the root cause of their acne.
And I'm Chris Brown, registered holistic nutritionist and program director inside the Clear Skin Solution. Through functional testing, we pinpoint where the body system imbalances lie, so we can dive deep into the acne clearing journey.
We work virtually with clients to clear up their skin from the inside out and have helped thousands of women worldwide regain their confidence. When we think of acne, of course, the first thing we're going to think of is the face. We're going to think of that classic chin, cheek, forehead, nose. That's what we think of when we think of acne. But we also have to remember that there are so many people that also struggle with body acne. And we have clients coming into the Clear Skin Solution that have face and body acne or have just body acne. And this body acne, Chris, where have we seen it popping up? Because literally every spot on the body we have worked with, even the most intimate spots on the body.
Yep, the lady parts, the everything. In fact, anywhere you have a pore, you have an opportunity to have a clogged pore, which doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be acne. It can be a congested pore, but it can pus. So isolated, a little bit different, but everywhere. But the butt, for sure. The butt's the neatest. It actually...
I'll leave it to Chris to say the butt's the coolest place for acne.
It is, because then, I start to really look at their lifestyle, at their supplements, and at their hormones at that point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we get to dive a little bit deeper and quickly. Definitely the back, definitely the chest, under the arms, like the armpit area, right? Of course, neck and behind the ears and the hairline. Those are all pretty systematic. I don't know, Ashley, where would you say, outside of what I just said, have you seen it? I mean, you deal with this from a visual point, probably more.
Yeah, in a spa setting.
In a spa setting, yeah.
Yeah, but that also goes to say that, I've seen acne on the thighs, and you would never kind of guess, but and people will come in saying, "What do I do topically to this?" And you go, "Okay, there's obviously a couple of things that we can do topically, but that again shows that it's in an internal symptom of what's going on in your body." I would say the arms, I get a lot of. Obviously, the neck and the back is a big one.
Inner ear.
Yep.
Oh.
Inner ear.
Those are so painful, though. Like, if you ever get an ear pimple, like, oh my God, it brings tears to your eyes. It's so painful.
Mm-hmm.
Most often blackhead, no?
Yep, big blackheads, or even like out of nowhere within like 4 days, you have this giant white pustule inside of the ear.
Those ones are exciting too. I'm just going to let you know.
Yeah, to me and to you. Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize how much acne is actually exciting right now. Now I'm like getting all excited because I'm thinking all the body parts. I'm thinking about, it's all these like unmasked little territory areas we get to go with clients.
Mm-hmm. And for me, when I dealt with my acne, so I had the chronic cystic acne from about the age of 20 to 24, 25. And I also had the body acne after I came off of the pill. And, I went from having perfectly clear skin all of high school to all of a sudden early 20s. I was getting it on my chest, on my tops of my shoulders, my upper back, my lower back, even the backs of my arms. And for me, it made me feel so insanely self-conscious because I could cover my face acne with makeup. You could still see the texture, obviously, but at least you could hide that. But the only option when you're dealing with body acne is to pick certain outfits. So I remember like going to friends' weddings and being like, oh my gosh, I want to wear that cute strapless dress, but I can't because I have these breakouts on my arms and my back and I'm going to sweat to death wearing like a half sleeve. So I can definitely appreciate how awful it feels to deal with that body acne because it's another layer on top of that face. And then once it's gone, like, because I always picked my body acne because I was like, oh my God, it hurts so bad. I just need to let the pressure out. Then it would scar. And I ended up with all of the post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation all over that lasted just as long. And some of those spots took quite a while to go away. So it's also that emotion, again, it's that emotional mental component, that weight of dealing with the face acne and the body acne.
I was on that exact same boat.
Yeah.
And people always, this is part of like why I became an esthetician. Every time I say I had acne, they're like, no way. Like,
there's no way.
There's no
Perfect.
There's no way your skin's perfect. I'm like, no, I still have acne scars on my back, and it's still the one place, my back and my chest is still that one place that if I'm off my diet, if I'm off my routine, you better believe that's where I'm still getting it. Right? After years of being a nutritionist and an esthetician, like sometimes that's just your weakest kind of
weakest
spot.
Right? And I can agree with that, because earlier this year I did a big gut microbiome rebalancing. Remember, Chris, when I felt like death? Because I went and I was like,
another great moment in my life.
Chris, anytime I do a therapeutic protocol, Chris and Paige run for the hills. They're like, oh God, no, here she comes. They're texting my husband being like, what is her mood today? But even when I was doing these protocols, I again had a couple cystic acne spots pop up on like my mid back, a couple on my shoulders. And it's like you said, it's that weak spot where if my body's going to detoxify, I'm going to get a couple of those cystic spots. And like, Ashley, do you find the ones that are on the back and the shoulders are just that much extra painful because they are those cystic welted type that are deep under the skin?
Those ones, but even when they are, and those ones are super painful, and they're so easy to just like, as you're sitting somewhere, you just push your hand back and it just
irritates
involuntarily goes back there, and you're pinching it and pretending that nobody's noticing what you're doing.
You're like, yeah, on a Zoom call, and you're like, what is that?
And it was my anti-stress.
Yeah, that's what it is, right?
Some people squeeze stress balls. My hand would just like venture off to
let me go and cause some pain on my back right now.
And then when they weren't cystic, they were blackheads or whiteheads.
Yeah.
Right? Which were even easier to pick on.
Yeah. And that's what I was just going to say is, and we sit there because I had body acne. In grade 10.
Chris, I've never knew this about you.
In grade 10, I had a face full of acne. And I would look around and I'm like, nobody else has acne. What's going on? Or they'd have like one or two, but it wasn't as traumatic as mine, of course, right? Mine was the worst, whatever.
The worst.
I can still, this is going to be graphic. I can still remember leaning into the mirror and I had this big like boil, and I'm like, what the heck? I popped that. It came out like a fury of a feast. It left a little hole in my head. And then but I almost watched it self-heal. It was so cool. I remember that zit. Like I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. I don't know why. I remember that exact zit. I'll always remember it. I don't know how old I was. I don't even think I was in grade 10. But yeah, back acne, my jam. Autoimmunes, you're going to get it. And it's probably going to get it on the body for sure, because it's the lymphatic system. It's the circulatory system. It's the congestion of everything. But the main point I was going to say here is, because it's on our back, we're like, it won't hurt if I pick it because nobody sees it. Until somebody goes and takes a picture and you're like,
oddly enough, I was at, well, not oddly enough, I love a good music festival or a concert. So earlier in the summer, I was at a music festival with Paige, and there was a guy standing in front of us, like a really good looking guy in great shape. And I could tell he previously had back acne, because he had so many of those deep pitted acne scars, not just the hyperpigmentation, but those deep pitted where you can definitely tell he was a picker as well. And like, obviously I wasn't judging or anything, because I was like, oh my gosh, I can tell this is what happened. And I wanted to be like, hi, could I offer you some advice? But of course, I'm not going to go and do that.
I'm just thinking right now, where was that picture to me? Like, you send me weird things. I never get hot men pictures.
Oh, next time.
I'm just letting you know I'm open to receiving those.
And Ashley, maybe Ashley, we can have a group chat. Yeah, we'll just have group chat, shirtless guys. If our husbands are listening right now, I'm so sorry to all of you.
Oh no, it's great. It's for research. It's for research.
But that's the thing, is it's not just the hyperpigmentation. It's also the deep pitted scars.
But with these deep pitted scars, couple things I see. When I see deep pitted scars, I think Accutane, spironolactone, topicals, antibiotics, because what happens is, Ashley, correct me if I'm wrong, totally cool with it, but just doing this for a little while, is
Never happened.
hyperpigmentation can absolutely, now this isn't for everybody, but absolutely almost self-correct. Now, I know that sounds a little bit, but it's true. Your body,
eventually.
give your time. Yeah, eventually. It doesn't, shoot, it could be 5 years. But we're using apparatuses and techniques and massaging, and we're doing a lot of therapeutic techniques on our face. Outside of that, the body does and can self-heal. These pitted scars, when there's no other sign of it, I start to go, what pharmaceutical did you use? Because often when it's clear, if it was clear as day, Katie, then I'm going, is this a farm? Right? And now there's been clients inside the Clear Skin Solution that do have scarring. Ashley, you get all the skincare, you get the close-ups, and who have had scarring and cleared the face, still a little bit of inflammation underneath because it takes time. But I guess what I'm saying is there would be some kind of little bit of a red hueing. Or you can see that we might need a little more circulation and love, right? They've done all this wonder thing. But when you see complete clear skin and that pitting, that scarring, yeah, I want to go, excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
From personal experience with our clients, right, is we often see a lot of those deep pitted scars from people that have previously used Accutane. Again, I'm not saying that it's just specific to pharmaceuticals. Of course, we see people with non-pharmaceuticals having pitting. Like I actually have one pitted scar on my cheek. It's really, it's more of like an ice pick scar. But again, from our clients, what we've seen in our perspective is a lot of them who have not previously done Accutane are more prone to those deep pitted scars.
Exactly. And at the time that they had that acne, they were most likely using all of the things that strip and dry away all the healthy oils, all the nutrition, all of the ingredients your skin needs to heal itself. So not only did you have those cysts and that, let's say bacterial infection, right, which is what the acne comes down to, not only did you have that at that time, but then, you're probably using all of these products that were maybe helping drain out the infection, but they were also drying out and stripping the skin so much that the skin didn't have the support it needed to heal itself, right? And to repair. Because think about it, we get a cut, a burn, and our skin heals itself perfectly, right? Things that can be much deeper than just a blackhead or just acne, but it has the ability to heal itself.
Absolutely. So today, I wanted to go through the internal components to body acne, the external components to body acne. We're going to talk about some, tips, techniques, products that can be helping internally, externally. And then I also do want to talk a little bit about how we can be helping body scarring as well. So just for everyone listening, that's the agenda for the episode today. We got a lot to go through. So
Katie loves to keep us on agenda. I like tangents.
I love
She's
organization.
Agenda.
Chris,
So
I love organization.
Okay. Well, she might have to rein Ashley and I in on this.
My husband knows if he has a chance of getting lucky, he's going to be cleaning up the house. He's going to organize the garage. Don't be
putting it out there, because now Steve's going to end up listening to this and he's going to be frantically cleaning, and I'm going to be like,
you're welcome. You're welcome.
Obviously I'm dying, right?
You're welcome, Chris. You're going to get a clean garage. You're welcome. So, okay. Let's kind of start with the internal factors of body acne, because this question we get asked all the time on social, especially Instagram. They're like, hey, I actually only have body acne. What does that mean? Because we're a big fan of traditional Chinese face mapping. And Chris, over the years, we've actually kind of created our own version of the TCM face mapping, just because we've worked with thousands and thousands of clients. So we've seen anecdotally so many connections from internal imbalances to the skin. But one thing I actually really want to do, Chris, maybe this could be a fun project. You ready for a fun project?
No.
A body face mapping. That's not around.
We have that.
Well, I know, but outwardly, to share it with the people. You're not going to.
No.
Don't worry, guys. I'll share it with you. So let's kind of talk through.
I don't even think you have access to it.
She has it in a locked Google Drive somewhere.
Well, because I just want to say, in all fairness, Katie has threatened to get, might do this whole conception thing again. And then last time when she did, conception in her nesting phase, she deleted every single file, or because she wanted to reorganize, and I lost multiple magnitudes.
I think you're lying.
Copious amounts of files. So now I nest them in a non-Katie until you've completely done breeding.
Just completely done having kids. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, if you want it, I'll share it with you.
But not me. I don't get it.
Katie might have my passwords.
Yeah. Oh, I do have everybody's passwords. I can go in and find it.
We can find stuff.
So, Chris, when we're taking that internal aspect, I always get, is it gut? Is it liver? Is it my hormones? What in the world is causing my body acne?
It's inflammation. There's your over encompassing. Not everybody's sexy. Everybody wants to go, we get this all the time. What's my root cause? Stress is your root cause. Please stop asking. It's stress. Everybody's under. But Chris, you say you do everything custom. I do, but I'm going to tell you that's your root cause.
Because think about it, like stress is going to be impacting the integrity of your gut lining. Yep. And then when your gut lining gets impacted, it's going to be increasing inflammation in your body. We know stress is definitely going to be impacting those hormones because cortisol alone is a hormone. So there goes your hormonal imbalance. Stress is going to really be impacting the liver. Like stress at its root impacts every organ and body system. Even this actual cells in your body get impacted by stress, which trickles into all the other areas. We could end the podcast there probably.
I mean, essentially, like, done. Thanks for coming out. However, that's going to deplete antioxidants. So those antioxidants go and fight free radicals. Free radicals are, the little evil things that, eat that last piece of cheesecake on you. Those are kids. Anyways, but you get the point. And we have to be careful because that then in turn allows the bacteria for an overgrowth. And then we need cellular turnover so that we have healthy skin. We don't need over cellular turnover because those are the harsh chemicals. But if you want to regulate your oil production, we need all of these in line. So one client just recently said, Chris, I went on vacation and now my face was good. And I said, was the climate a dry heat or moist heat? Oh, it was a dry heat. Okay. Did you go in the ocean? Yes. It was all clearing up. I said, oh my gosh, and now you're back. She goes, yes, but what's the issue? And it was completely inflamed. It was red. And I'm just using my markers. So it's like a cheekbone up and down to the jaw.
The beard. The beard line.
It's the beard. It also this is where people freak out. I call it the lupus line, but that's in my head. It's just really red. It's an autoimmune. It doesn't mean you have it. Anybody, do not go and search that.
It's just Chris's inner workings of her brain, which it's a scary place in there, you guys.
It is. Don't try to go in there, right? No. And she came back and then I went over the traveling schedule. I went over the thing. She said one little nugget about kids, and guess what?
Children, that's stressful enough.
At the end of the day, it's a stress response. She's like, but I want to know why. And I'm going to say, but people don't want to hear that. And I keep saying, but, I don't even love that word. They don't want to hear it because if you can put a but in there and it's something else, then I can take a supplement for it. And it's going to be easier on my body for it. No, it's not. We've got to nestle down. And that mindset component, I mean, I could tell her here, go use apple cider vinegar, go use aloe vera, go take some sea salt in a mixture, obviously a little bit of, there's a concoction, replicate. But she goes, I brought sea salt home. Or sorry, she goes, I brought ocean water home. I'm thinking, how did you get ocean water? Is that not contraband? Because how did you do that?
If TSA is listening, just kidding.
I mean, not here, once upon a time. So she brought it home to use it because do you see where she was on vacation and she saw her skin and she's looking for something so desperately to have that beautiful skin that she's like, it must be this. Well, no, it's also the dry heat because it kills bacteria. And then the ocean water, what people forget, has a complex of minerals. It's not a single mineral. So that's why I said just use a little bit of salt water, spray it on and see how it goes. I know it's going to dry it out. But I want her to try it, and then she's going to come back and say, that dried out. And I'm going to say, okay, this is why we don't do it like that. Sometimes, and it's not to be cruel, but when somebody's in that fight or flight, and somebody
it's desperation, can't understand, I will do anything.
Gosh.
And I've been there, so I get it.
Sometimes you have to let them try it. Teens are notorious for this. In TikTok, I don't know how many tubs of yogurt I've gone out of. My Manuka honey's darn near gone. I don't even know what's going on. You know what my daughter said? Mom, I've been taking those supplements you gave me. Those supplements you gave me. Like, you know where this conversation's going already, right, ladies? She goes, I've been doing it for like 5 days constantly because I told her to build up to it.
Yeah.
So she could remember.
5 whole days.
5 days, and my skin is worse.
Yep.
And I said, welcome, honey. And I said, and it's going to get worse for the next 10 days. Why would you do this to me? Because I love you.
Because those Manuka honey, yogurt, whatever face masks are not going to solve all of your internal acne issues. I love a Manuka honey face mask, and it's not a end all be all cure all. Remember, TikTok is not where you're going to be getting your health advice to clear up all of your health issues. So when we're really looking at it, it's like, absolutely, there's going to be stress, which is going to cause inflammation. And maybe there's a gut microbiome imbalance, which is coming out through your skin. Or if you're going through a heavy like liver detoxification, that's where, remember, like our skin is our body's largest organ for detoxification. So if it can't get out through that liver and through those detox pathways, it's going to be sending it to the skin, which can even mean different areas of your body. And then, like you said, Chris, is that stress is going to be increasing the production of sebum. It's going to be throwing off the balance of your hormones, which is going to be further clogging your pores. And it doesn't just have to be your face. So again, body isn't going to be just one issue. It's going to be a multifaceted situation that's going on, just like your face. Your face isn't just separate from the rest of your body. It's all big one organ. It's just manifesting in specific areas.
It would be better if it was. I would love to take my head off at night and be
and just like
okay,
charge it.
Peace out.
Yeah.
Catch you at 8.
Put it back on.
This is why I honestly love having Ashley inside the program, because I think they forget, Ashley, you can correct me if I'm wrong, that you are an RHN, you are a nutritionist.
Also nutritionist.
Right? Mm-hmm. So when Ashley goes in with you're using way too much products, and we're like, you're using way too many supplements, and we start pulling back stuff, and we're like, we want you to use food. And this, they kind of step back and be like, whoa. And I will say, outside of 1% of the clients that will converse, like you'll converse, Ashley, with the coaches, it's, you do it on your own in essence, but it's the same message, and you get that from the client and we get it from the client. Mm-hmm. So that's a nice little nugget to be like, oh, Ashley said something similar. Or I'll say, hey, you know what? This is what I recommend. Very quick, topical, whatever. Go to Ashley, because she's like the queen pin in this. Like I'm like a tool that I think I kind of know here, but don't go with me. And they're like, okay, yeah, she agrees with that. I'm like, that symmetry is,
and we don't even communicate about it.
No, unless it's just dire straits where I'm like, hey, Ashley, I need something like now.
Yeah. And I'll get people and they'll be like, Chris actually warned me about this. She told me you were going to get rid of my 20-step skincare routine.
Simplify it.
I just didn't believe it because you're an esthetician. Like, you obviously would just give me more. And and I'm like, no.
And why is less? I know we talked about this before, but specifically even to the body, people, we go in and we shower and everything, but that's still a skincare routine, is it not? That if you have body acne, that we need to be addressing that as a skincare opportunity as well.
Yeah, and we don't even think about it because it's so easy to feel dry or dehydrated skin on your face. But on your body, you may feel it a little bit after you shower. Maybe there's still water on your body. So after you shower, right? So you're not completely dry, and then you're putting on your clothes. And so you don't feel that dry or dehydrated skin on your body the same way you do on your face. So then the likelihood of you over drying your body, the skin on your body, is a lot higher than on your face.
Because it's like maybe in the winter you notice your hands or your feet feel cracky or anything, but that's like you're not going to notice your elbows getting drier, or maybe like a patch on your arm, because it's you just don't notice it as much. So Ashley, when we're taking that external component, what do you see as some factors that could be worsening the body acne?
I would say one of the bigger ones is overuse of salicylic acid.
Even on the body.
Even on the body, which is in a lot of like body acne. Any product that's acne specific, it's either going to be salicylic or benzoyl peroxide, right? So those two agents that really, really dry out the
We know
skin.
Ashley loves benzoyl peroxide. It's her favorite topic.
I'm so guilty. I love of that as a kid.
Crush benzoyl peroxide.
I just take benzyl's head and I just
take it out of the ingredients.
I've gotten a lot better at cringing when I hear the name. But it's
She can't hide her
Ashley's
facial
working on
expression.
her face.
She's working on her facial expression when someone mentions benzoyl peroxide. She's like,
sorry.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, and it's just so sad because it's so common.
Mm-hmm.
It's all you see when you go into a pharmacy or even your like Sephora's or Ulta's. It's all you see when you see acne. So of course you're gonna go and you're gonna trust a product like that.
Mm-hmm.
And what I notice is they don't even have a recommendation of how often to use it. So you're gonna use it every time you shower, and most people are cleansing when they have acne. They feel like they need to overwash their body, right? Because then it's collecting bacteria. And so we've got clients washing their body twice a day with these products.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also, like we said in the beginning, right? Why they're going to notice the scarring more and why the cysts just are going to keep getting redder and redder. They're just going to keep getting more angry and more inflamed.
You're scratching
So
away
I would
all
say
that healthy skin too that needs to be there, right? Like that it's not even, excuse me, whether you're using a loofah or some kind of perfectly designed non-bacterial supporting, I'm just not going to go out with products, right? Because somebody's going to be like, I read, but then we're scrubbing and we're scrubbing around the acne because we, you know,
Irritating
this is what kind of peeves me off. Somewhere down the line, if you have acne or body acne, there is a belief you're dirty.
Mm-hmm.
That irritates me. In fact,
Yeah,
you probably have the best hygiene I've
hygiene
seen in my life. And it could be something as a chemical sensitivity all the way down to other things. But again, we don't want to be scratching the good, the beneficial. We do need some bacteria on ourselves. So watch that, because all of a sudden you scrape those surface off, you open up a pus, it transfers, and now we have more acne.
They're spreading more bacteria.
Mm-hmm.
Another big one here that I don't want to forget is our hair care.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Back in the day when I had back acne, I wasn't a nutritionist yet, so I was using the good old Pantene conditioner.
Oh yeah.
And I had very long hair. And so I would condition my hair and it would all kind of stay at the back of...
You let it sit
on my back as I was exfoliating, doing my other things in the shower. And now that petroleum-based conditioner is sitting on my back and my acne, plus the hot water, plus the moisture and the heat.
It's just like absorbing it. It's like a sponge.
It's like the perfect mixture.
It's the perfect lead infusion is what it is.
Lead infusion, she says.
Yeah. I would just say the perfect environment of moisture, right? For the acne to just get bigger and angrier. And that's hair care is a big one.
Yeah, because it's not just your conditioner. It's like, what about when you do face masks and hair repair? And even if, you have really long hair and you're putting styling products in it all the time, and then you're leaving it hanging down your back, say in the summertime, and you're sweating. And then another one for me is I also used to find the SPF that I was using was really clogging my pores. And when I would go on vacation or get really sweaty, it was almost like that sweat line on your back. It would just be all acne because of the clogged pores from the SPF I was using.
Yep, and that's a common one that happens now too when people go to the beach and they're using SPFs on their body, especially when they're chemical SPFs, and they're reapplying. Right, you're reapplying without washing the first batch on, and you keep putting on different kinds of sweat layer, right? Then you're gonna get that congestion. Same thing happens on a daily basis when we use these products.
And the same would be similar, right? If you're someone that works out and heavily sweats, like doing CrossFit or anything where you're sweating a lot, that bacteria can collect right in that sports bra line as well.
Under the breasts is a big one too. Ooh, right? Because that's a place that's always kind of moist and gets sweaty.
Okay, so now that we've looked at those factors that are contributing, let's kind of talk through what are some things we can be doing internally and externally to be helping to support to lessen that body acne. I feel like we're in a debate, and I'm facilitating a non-debate debate because we agree on the topic.
A debate where we're on the same side.
Yeah. So Chris, I'll pass the baton now to you, Chris Brown.
Fiber. We need that fiber. We need to feed the beneficial bacteria. We need to culture the colon. We need to stabilize blood sugar. Hello, every lady that thinks their acne is completely hormone. If it is, go balance your blood sugar. You got it.
Oh my goodness.
We also have to look at the quality of I like different types of food. So this is where, okay, Ashley, swear I'm going to say some things and you're going to say yay or nay, because I don't fully know.
This is a fun game.
Well, this is kind of what sometimes maybe I go a little rogue and I tell clients certain things, but I just don't want to get nabbed later on. Like I'm going to get caught eventually. So I might as well just expose myself now to Ashley.
But I agree. I agree with you a lot more than you think I do.
Oh, okay. So I never know. But here's the different things. And when I'm saying these things, I don't mean please go immerse yourself in all of these. There's different things for different. And how and why I do this is because I apply a lot of certain things to my dog.
Here she goes, everybody.
I know.
She had to bring Bruno in. I don't think
He's
there's a podcast episode that Bruno hasn't made an appearance.
Okay, stop it. However, if I take that time to research and culture and review certain things for the dog, because they're a little more finicky even than humans, right? So example, apple cider vinegar. We can, depending on your skin quality and the pH, use it as a bit of a toner, spot treatment toner, because it has a natural acidity. It can help rescale back that pH. It's not going to be for everybody though. Okay, just like you can ingest
it.
Well, oh yeah, definitely dilute it. Spot treatment, sometimes you can kind of get it a quick little on there. Remember, it has the mother in it, so we're getting organic. You want to see the mother culture in there, and you'll see it because it'd be all like musty and it'll look like something might be alive in there. Probably a good indication. But that does help if we have bacteria. If we have bacteria, that could help just kind of, if you want it, this is what I'm saying. If you think you have bacteria, just do a little spot and let's see if it calms down a little bit. And if it does, then we know we get into the gut and we have to, go more liberally into gut health. Because people say, what's your root cause? Cold compress. I'm probably going to go cold compress for something that's inflamed and really angry and hurts for a bit. Right? Then we can kind of go castor oil. It's a little bit therapeutic. It coats it. Doesn't feel so yucky. So that could be something. Echinacea, I'm going to leave that alone because if people have autoimmunes, that's just a little too stimulating. Now, here's the one I wanted to ask, Ashley, because now I'm really excited about it. Because I bought a box of 100, so don't pee on my parade. Ready? Green tea. So let me tell you why.
Here she goes.
So DIY, a little bit of a face mask, in with some aloe sometimes.
My favorite.
And what I do for Bruno people is
this is the dog, everybody.
Yes, but this is why I'm saying we go outside, they step in pesticides, they bring it in. That's part of an acne trigger, something I wanted to just bring in. However, green tea has amazing, it's been researched to help fight inflammation, redness. What do we get? It has antioxidants. Not everybody can ingest it. It can, not everyone's a matcha lover, but I was
like, Chris, you know what a green tea is.
No,
you know what green tea I'm talking about.
It's
the matcha.
Not, right? So long story.
I want another one.
I found 59 studies on this when I was researching it for Bruno, Katie.
Bruno.
Right? Who wants to come back as my dog? Seriously.
I do.
So what it is there's a link between green tea and the reduction of sebum production. So here's what I'm going to go with is, some people come and they're like, I got to get the sebum down. I got to get the sebum down. And I'm like, okay, well, you're 2 weeks in. Can we hold? Because the body should be able to kind of redo its own thing. Mm-hmm. However, if we take a little bit of the green tea and we take a little bit of the aloe and we make a mixture, whether it's a mist with moist skin, or we do a little bit of soaking, you can moist it, roast hips, it's a big trend right now to get it. Moisten, sorry. Whatever, I get excited.
I know you're excited.
Anyways, long story short is that topical application is, again, reducing that sebum production. However, it's also antioxidant. And then the aloe in the mix is soothing. So don't just go splash your whole face in there. If you have a little bobo, like a paw, you can submerge it for 20 minutes for my pet lovers, because what kind of acne show would this be without dog help? And I think I'm in the wrong field, actually.
She should have been a dog nutritionist.
Maybe I'll get there. Anyways, how do you feel about that combination?
I think you've become a little skincare formulator.
DIYer. Yeah, DIY formulator over there.
Just a little skincare formulating chemist. I do love that. I mean, they're all ingredients that I love, but how do you make the green tea?
You would brew it.
Just
So
brew green tea.
yeah, so I would have to do the full recipe, but
Brew it,
usually,
cool it.
yeah, 4
mist it.
bags. You want it nice and potent,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you would cool
Yeah.
it, and then I take a whole aloe, I put it in my Vitamix, I put it in mason jars. Now it's fully concentrated, and I do a little bit of mix and I add more water, and then I put his pot in there. But for everybody that wants to do their face, you can put it in a mister,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So, and what you're doing is you're coming out of the shower, beautiful pores that are just ready to receive before you put anything on, chill it out, and then do your skincare routine
I love that.
in rotation.
I would even make that into a little like body spray. Because
Yeah.
what I recommend a lot is making your own, like just buying a spray
Mhm.
glass bottle and making your own body spray with aloe and like tea tree oil.
Yeah,
Those are both wonderful.
especially for back acne. I find that
Right.
combination, because with back acne, we do want to look at that testosterone or the aromatase, where the conversion of testosterone that's dumping into estrogen. We often see that connection. So that could be a whole lot of sexy right there.
And like, think about it, Chris, how many of those androgen blocking supplements out there contain green tea extract because they've been shown to be an androgen blocker?
There you go.
Mhm.
And now this potent little concoction also helps neutralize external pollutants that come into your home too.
So you're just saying that I should just have like a big matcha bath that I just lay in my matcha bath? That's what I
Actually, no,
got
I
from
was
that.
thinking that you should have a wash basins for your dogs when they come back from a walk, but whatever, teach their own.
To each their own. I know if I ever build a house, I'm gonna put a dog wash station in the laundry room for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna manifest that today.
Yeah, we're gonna manifest that today.
Oh,
Okay,
but just
so
manifest it.
I love all of that. And then also internally, I wanted to add, because I think people really need to understand how important blood sugar and digestion / bowel movements are when it comes to not just your face, but your body as well, because our colon is another one of those detoxification systems in our body, right? And if our skin is just exuding it everywhere, we really want to be loving up all of our detoxification systems, not just our liver, our lymphatics, our kidneys, and our colon. And the reason why we start every single client with blood sugar and digestion is because if these aren't in balance, you're not going to go detox. You're not going to go and get your hormones balanced, because this is like, those are all the downstream things. We need to go way back upstream to see like what's going on up here. So the things like increasing your fiber intake, getting 35 to 45 grams of fiber every day, making sure you're getting enough water. And I know you hear us say this all the time, but I'm just going to keep drilling it into everybody's heads, because it's really these simple things that can make such a big difference. So when we start having like, and when I say colon, this is where our body's excreting your poop. So making sure that you're having healthy poops every single day, getting it out of the body, so that way the toxins, the excess hormones, everything's filtering out through the body. And we can do that by eating more fiber and drinking our water. And the good news is fiber is also going to be helping with our blood sugar. So we want to be stabilizing our blood sugar, because when our blood sugar is going on that joy ride, that roller coaster ride, guess what? It's going to eventually increase. It's going to lead to an increase of sebum production, which we know is that sticky, oily substance that's going to clog our pores. And we need to be balancing our blood sugar so it doesn't increase that sebum production. And we do that by having our consistent meals, not skipping meals in the day, having protein, fiber, and healthy fats. An example would be, chicken or chickpeas would be our protein. Your fiber could be things like raspberries. They have a great source of fiber. Or, avocado. These are all great fiber sources. And then you want to have some of those healthy fats, which could be, again, an avocado, your nuts, your seeds, your coconut, your extra virgin olive oil. That way we're getting all of these in to really love up your blood sugar. So I would, just to kind of really bulk out and highlight and feature that component, that the two things I would love for you to start doing for your body acne is balancing your blood sugar and improving your digestion. And then can we also talk about the lymphatics? Can we?
Don't we have a whole podcast on lymphatics?
I'm gonna
Is
get there with my topical
okay, yeah,
stuff.
she's gonna get there. We do. I think it's coming out soon. I don't know if it's out yet. It's right around this episode.
Yeah, I just don't want to spoil things
We're not gonna spoil. We're gonna
sometimes.
highlight.
Okay. Yes, you
So
need to love the lymphatics. The
let's let
end.
Ashley kind of dig into what are some external things we can be doing to help, help speed up the body acne healing, lessen the severity, things like that.
Well, one of the best things that you're going to do for your whole body health, right? And let's say specifically for your acne, is move that lymphatic system. And one of the fun ways we can do it before, let's say before we go in and take a nice shower, or even after, whenever you can, if you're laying down in bed, you're, putting your feet up to the wall, that's moving the lymphatics, and using those famous lymphatic brushes. Right?
Love
So
a dry brush.
a nice soft dry brush, and you're always moving towards your collarbone, right? Because lymphatic fluid is always moving towards areas of low pressure, which is your chest cavity, right? So that's the way fluid is going to move. So from your feet, you're going to go upwards, and then from the face, we always move down to the collarbone. So really massaging in the collarbone. We'll get that body's sewage system, right? Your lymphatics or your sewage system. So they're carrying all the metabolic waste, all the toxins, all the bacteria, all of the yucky stuff that we do not want. That's the system that's going to carry it out and filter it out of the body, right? And so that's why it's so important. And we want to always give it love and move it through the body so it doesn't get stagnant. If it's getting stagnant, then it's going to create that unwanted breakout wherever it is on our body.
And for the people that are really busy, I say, you know what? If you're already in a routine in the morning, do wet brushing. You're going to clean your body anyway. Start from your toes, move it up. Again, if you have, there's wet brushes, like really fancy wet brushes you can get. You can just use your fingers. Lymphatics does not need excessive pressure. It just needs flow, right?
Exactly. It sits right underneath your skin. And people think you need a certain technique or a certain pressure. You really don't. It sits right underneath the skin. Even when you're putting on your body, like your moisturizers, your body oil, you're just moving in a slow, long stroke movement towards the chest. It's just that simple sentence. That's all you need.
And Chris, just so I know, you were really harping on the lymphatic episode. It was actually last week's episode that aired. I had to check the calendar. Because when we record these, sometimes we record them out of order. So we're like, I can't remember where in the heck it all goes. But last week's episode was all about lymphatic detoxification. So please go back and listen to it if you haven't yet.
Yes, it's so important, so understated. I will say that. And your immune system is codependent. You have allergies, codependent. You have anxiety, codependent. I'll leave it there. Go back.
There you go.
All right.
There's also body gua shas. Sorry, I need to add, because we're in the gua sha era, right? We love them on our face. We've got so many of our clients on them on the program, but there's so many. I mean, you can use the same gua sha on your body as well, but there's bigger, more fancy ones for the body as well. You see them; they look like big spoons or big spatulas. They're so easy to use.
That's a face.
I know. You know what this is, though?
Here she goes.
You know what I do?
I'm so proud of you.
But tell the class why you have the gua sha at your desk, everybody, or everyone.
This is my Katie Smoother.
She literally, when I give her stress, she sits there and starts to gua sha her fine lines, and because
I do it in the middle of a meeting, and I don't even realize.
On a Zoom call.
On a Zoom
she did
call.
it yesterday in a meeting.
And I'm like,
she did it yesterday.
Yeah. But hey, you know what? I'm being mindful of the area. I know my tension, my spots. I know my trigger. I just use that tool.
Whoa. You're saying I'm your trigger? Is it me? Am I the drama?
Well, you have a whole line named after you. Any questions?
Right beside your husband.
I know what you're getting for Christmas.
Yeah, I'm getting
more gua shas. More gua shas. Gua sha on each hand.
Sandblaster.
Yeah, I'll get you a gua sha training course as well, just so you have some extra
tips. And I do it on purpose. She's like, that needs to be 45. I go on 90 and I just press harder. It needs to be lighter.
No, it's on a 15-degree angle, right, Ashley?
Whatever angle she does, I do opposite. Or she's like, you need to use the other side. And I'm like,
you got to have it almost flush against your skin. It's the best.
Now, one thing, Ashley, that you taught us a while back, which is so clever, because this is part of something that people tend not to do. And I just ask clients so I can confirm. is getting into the eyebrow area.
Ooh, I love
We
an eyebrow
forget
gua sha.
that hurts like a mofo. I'm just letting you know. But when you're in the shower, if you're using something, get in there, get the gua sha, you will feel ouchies. There is, right there is, we have congestion.
But think of it, how often are we using our eyebrows and how much tension are we putting them? And they're also an area that collects so much fascia. Like all those, there's a lot of fascial layers there, right? So that gets really tight. And so sometimes tight eyebrows or sinuses are the other one, right? Tight sinuses. We need a whole other episode for this.
It's a whole, like, remember,
It's just more keeping this, the congestion is what I'm saying, right? So if we have congestion up here and we use face mapping and the heart's over here, just remember it's all part of that. So we have to keep circulation going into the body. So when Katie says anti-inflammatory and we say fiber, they're green foods. It naturally has chlorophyll, and chlorophyll is, through research, disclaimer, a blood purifier. It also has
circulation.
beautiful copper, proper copper, to move iron stores around your body. So think about the benefits of these greens. Right?
I love adding those. Like, the chlorophyll is just so nice for the body. And as we all know, if Chris ever writes a book, I want her to call it Dirty Blood because it's her favorite topic to talk about.
I'm not writing a book. If I write a book, it's called Secrets of Katie. Why?
Don't
it's gonna say why I have lines.
Why I have lines.
That's my
Forward
new book.
by Katie Stewart. Forward by Katie Stewart. I love it. Okay, so I loved all of the DIY recommendations you gave, Chris. Now, Ashley, from an esthetician perspective, what would be some of your favorite body products if someone's like, I don't want to make it, I just want to buy it, I'm going to add it to cart? You share yours, and then I'll share a couple of mine.
I've really been liking lately, the Attitude has a really nice oat body wash that's super nice. And then this is a little bit DIY, and then I'll get to the no DIY, but sometimes I recommend just putting drops of tea tree oil in the shampoo.
Yeah,
like you just buy the body wash and then you just add tea tree oil, because it's so hard to find tea tree in some body stuff that you like. So just it's super easy. You just have the little jar, you just put whatever 10 to 15 drops into your big 500 ml, and that's it. You just put it in the shower. The Necessaire is another nice brand that's pretty new out there. They have a really nice body scrub and body wash that's very gentle. Has a little bit of, I believe, glycolic acid in there, but it's super gentle. And then they've balanced it out with a lot of nourishing ingredients. I'm a sucker for a lot of like the Eminence body products.
They have some nice stuff, don't they?
Their Stone Crop collection is wonderful. Again, it's got that all those green ingredients. So it's got the Stone Crop. They have, I believe, like rosemary extract in them. It might even have green tea. We'll have to double check, but I know it's like super high in antioxidants. So I love their body scrub and body lotion. I have recommended that a lot for our acne clients. And then a nice body scrub is also important for our acne sufferers, right? Because we don't want that buildup, that dead skin buildup on the face or the body, really. So a nice gentle body scrub. You don't want to be overusing it, but as long as you're using it once a week, maximum twice if you've really put on a lot of product lately, let's say in that week. But Aesop has a really nice body scrub. It's like a geranium based. It's a geranium and has very fine beads, because also when you're looking for a scrub, you don't want anything that the beads are going to be too like rough on your skin.
I love it.
And then we can go on and on with, I mean, there's millions of amazing products.
Millions. Yeah. There's so many.
Budget wise, what I'm saying for clients is budget wise is it's easy to add to something, right? Instead of throw everything out, you've already been using it, finish it out. Please don't cost yourself copious amounts of money. Depending on labeling, example, Jason has a shampoo that has a tea tree base. They have a biotin base for people that, want a little bit of extra sulfuric love. There's different ones. Everybody can go to the environmental working group to see if it's clean or if it works for them. You can still
I'll put that in the show notes.
Yeah, you can still add drops into there, right? You can still add rosemary drops, massage it in. It's great for circulation.
Absolutely.
So I love that. I love that when we're looking at budget, not everything has to be super expensive. Like Eminence is going to be a little bit higher end because there's, really, it's a lot of it's food based. It's not water based, right? So I'd expect it to be a higher price point. Vice versa, the person that like me, that's just like, okay, listen, my kids go through way too much shampoo. That's just not a thing. I'm going to go look for an alternative. And then I'm going to trick them and put stuff in it.
Absolutely. Because when you're paying for that higher price point, when it comes to skincare, Ashley, it's generally the science that you're paying for, right? It's the encapsulation, the delivery systems is what you end up paying for in those medical grade skincare.
Absolutely. And then the quality of the ingredients, the sourcing of the ingredients, and that also translate into the amount of product that you use. So for a body scrub with like the Aesop product, it's a $47 body scrub that breaks my heart every time I buy it, but I swear it lasts me over 6 months.
Yeah. So it's like then when you break it down by cost per use, there's so many things that come into consideration, but I think it's important to have something available for all budgets because, Chris likes to be the frugal one. She has teenage girls that use it all. I, on the other hand, it's the budget
it's just
for the
add to cart.
It's just an add to cart situation. So that's why Chris and I work so well together because you have the frugal shopper and the bougie shopper. So you get the best of both worlds.
A bit of both.
A little bit of both. But I agree. I also do some DIY stuff. So for my body products, I'm a big fan of using the tea tree oil. I add that. I'll add some tea tree or rosemary to shampoo because my husband, used to have some dandruff. So I would add the tea tree to his shampoo. He didn't even know I did it. It was just in there. And like I would add a couple drops of the doTERRA to it and then some other things that I know this isn't really body acne related, but I think it's really great just for clarifying to like get rid of all of the junk in your hair if you are worried about it, is I actually like to do an apple cider vinegar hair rinse. So I dilute the apple cider vinegar and you can even put it in like a little bottle and then I'll pour it into my hair diluted with water and I let it sit on my scalp while I'm in the shower. And it does such a good job. And then I brush it through. I'll use a brush to brush it through my hair. It's going to be so great at clarifying, lifting all the build up, really balancing the pH in your scalp. So if you are someone who has like the scalp acne as well, I really love doing that. And then some body products that I absolutely love. I'm a big fan of the Biologique Recherche. Am I saying that wrong? I'm going to butcher it. It's in French. Biologique Recherche products.
That's how it is.
It is. But I love...
Recherche.
Yes.
Delicious.
I know all of the French speaking. Everyone in Quebec's like, Katie, please stop.
They're
speaking.
Horrified right now.
I know they're horrified.
We're getting mail right now saying, please never do that again.
Our Quebecois clients are just embarrassed for me. I really love their lotion P50. I use it on my face. And then back earlier this year, got their lotion P50 Corpse, which is their exfoliating. When they say lotion, it's a toner. It's the exfoliating lotion for the body. And I spritz it on. That does have a higher price point, but I absolutely love it. I think it does such a great job of exfoliating for myself. And one product that I do really love that you can't currently get is the Beauty Counter. They have their overnight resurfacing peel for the body, but they are relaunching in 2025. So I'll have to wait for that one to come back. So I would say those are probably my favorite. Oh, and I do really love Clear Stem. Clear Stem has a really great soft skin body lotion that has, none of the pore cloggers. It's formulated for acne sufferers because that's really great to get the hydration back in. And Chris, it actually has green tea in it as well.
Well, so do my tea bags.
I know. See, that's what I love.
$8.99, Katie.
Between the three of us.
Organic tea bags, $8.99. Plus,
between the three of us, you have lots of options for all of the price points.
Okay, so.
But you know where else we find the apple cider vinegar, Katie?
Oh, yeah. In the lotion P50. Yeah.
In the lotion P50.
Yeah, they have a vinegar.
Everybody's going to go buy stock. It's going to be like a toilet paper epidemic. However, don't do this all the time. And how it does apply to the body is because when you're putting this on your head and you're just letting the apple cider vinegar sit in there, that's changing the constitute of the pH. If we have dandruff, chances are we have a candidiasis, like overgrowth. We're looking for yeast. Men really don't care. They really don't care. So that's why we have to hide it. So as this is going down, it's also going down into your body. And one thing
your back.
I always see people do is they shampoo, they conditioner, they clean their body, which is a natural progression because you want to leave the conditioner in your hair for a little bit. And then they just rinse and get out. That is the time to reapply a little bit of the application on your back should you be not so sure about your contents of whatever you're putting on your body. But that's a big one. I usually see that reversed. So just getting the residual.
I do want to add one other thing that's not skincare related. How does the esthetician not have the skin?
She's like, one more thing.
Care products there. It's the stuff that you put on your body, like your clothing.
Ah, yes. I'm so glad you brought that up.
If you're gonna go to the gym and you're gonna wear a nylon dry fit,
polyester,
yeah, the polyester shirts, and you're sweating and like your body's trying to get rid of toxins and it's still keeping that moisture in there, that's not good. If you're wearing tight clothing on a hot summer day, right, that's also creating that moisture in your body. So body acne, always rely on a nice 100% cotton, loose fitting clothing.
Yeah, and make sure you shower afterwards, clean that sweat off as well. And and one thing that we were talking about before we started hitting record, Ashley, was the red lights. The medical grade red lights are so great for body acne. Everyone's like, let me put it on my face. I really love the Orion red lights. I'll put a link in our show notes because it's more multi-purpose than the LED face masks that are just suited for your face mask. So if you get one of the more boxier looking ones, you can do it on your face, your chest, your back. You can do it anywhere. And I absolutely love that.
It's so good for healing the chest, especially. I've seen some incredible results with using it on the chest, right? Because the chest, our skin's also a little thinner. It gets hit by the sun a lot more than, let's say, your back, right? So there's a lot more sun damage on there. And
congestion with the lymphatics, which is all hanging in here.
Yeah.
Not just
or necklaces.
Ooh, yeah.
Especially if there's nickel and there's different. Oh my gosh, please do not buy your jewelry from like Claire's or from Dollar Store or from.
But now we're going right down into that fast fashion, which is we're already at 55 minutes. We got a whole nother episode of the fast fashion.
Okay, but hold on. I do have to say this. If you have genital acne, if you have bum acne, if you do not wear underwear, I don't even care if it's cotton, you just let that sucker breathe. Katie's horrified. She's horrified. You do. You go commando. You love yourself some oxygen.
This has been an ongoing debate between me, Paige, and Chris is the whole underwear situation.
However, I'm talking acne specific.
Again, okay, I feel that.
Right?
I know.
Just because you are working on the inners, right? We don't need any additional. And then if you sit down, if you scratch your bum, which is very typical, like who doesn't scratch your bum? You break open that pus, and you've now captured that bacteria is what I'm saying. Yes, you can do it in your pants, but your pants aren't physically, usually, unless they're jeans or something, they shouldn't be. They should be a little bit loose. So
what are you talking about? I only wear Lululemons and tight jeans.
Well, okay. Well, sorry about your bum acne, but I'm just saying, going forward, if that's something and you're comfortable with it,
wear a looser pant. Let it breathe.
Let her breathe.
Or at least at nighttime when you're sleeping.
At least. Definitely nighttime. Right. Yeah. So just watch. Those are small little nuggets that can just do a lot of just gain. Air is good.
I'm going to put a poll up on my Instagram. Are you pro underwear or no underwear wear? And we're going to see who wins that battle. I think
we'd be surprised.
I know. I don't know.
I want a podcast on underwear then.
A whole episode on underwear. We're digressing. Yeah. We are going downhill, everybody. All right.
We need like 10 different types of podcasts.
We need all of the podcasts. All right, everybody. I know this was a really great episode for you. You can go back, rewatch it, but definitely check out the show notes because there's a ton of additional information in there. And we'll see you next time on the Clear Skin Chronicles.
Thanks for hanging out with us this week on the Clear Skin Chronicles. We'll see you next Wednesday with a brand new episode. Remember to subscribe to the show and drop us a review. Sending glowing vibes your way, Katie and Chris.